Yo! Before this video gets started, I just wanted to take a moment to say I love and appreciate everybody that's close to me, that's just getting to know me either through these videos or in real life. This is the 100th official Titunes video. Very long time coming, I know, because I took a massive pause there. Totally my fault, but just wanted to say you guys are amazing. From the people that I do know to the people that I don't know, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you taking the time, even if it's just like 10 seconds to check this out and be like, who's this random guy on the internet? So keep it rocking. We're going to keep it rocking and a lot more to come. Just wanted to say shout out, a very special thanks to all of y'all. What is going on, everybody? This is a very special episode for me because this is the 100th episode, and we're also celebrating Lupe's 9th studio album, Samurai. Lupe Fiasco, Pupe Fiasco for J3. Thought I'd insert that one for you. If you guys know me, you know me well. You know I've been rocking with Lupe since day one. FNFUP. Lupe has been killing it since his debut, since he got that co-sign from Kanye, and he did that amazing verse on Touch the Sky. His debut album, Food and Liquor, actually leaked, and all the issues with his record label, Atlantic, having to put out lasers and everything like that. But since then, since he's broken free from those label constraints, he's been on an absolute tear. I love Tetsuo and Youth. I love the creativity that you could play it frontwards and backwards, and the messaging would change. Kendrick did a similar thing recently with Damn, but maybe he cribbed it from Lupe, you never know. And I will say that he does not dumb it down for his audience like he said in Dumb It Down Off of the Cool. This man packs layers and layers of dense imagery and thematics into each one of his bars, and it's no less here in Samurai. In fact, I didn't really connect with it all that much on first listen. I was hoping and expecting more along the lines of Drill Music from Zion, which was his last album, also produced by Soundtrack. That was my album of the year a couple of years ago or whenever it came out. This one, the whole concept, interestingly enough, revolves around if Amy Winehouse was a battle rapper. And I know that sounds super outlandish, but it's not as far-fetched as you might think, because she actually has a voicemail that she recorded for her manager where she said, I'm inspired by Wu-Tang and I've got all these gutter raps, these real grimy things. So the concept that Lupe expands upon is, what if that actually happened and she became a battle rapper? So we'll go through each of the songs here. It's not a very long album. It's only about 45 minutes, and I'll try and really focus in on the lyrics and the beats of each of the songs. So it kicks off with Samurai, and these are all my interpretation. There's a lot of people out there that are still digesting this album even a week on. And like with most Lupe albums, it's going to take some time to fully comprehend everything. But from my perspective, the opening track, Samurai, depicts a young Amy Winehouse arriving in New York, trying to make it big, I think waiting some tables, and a lot of the upper class walking by and looking down upon her with her hopes of making it big as a musician. The track ends with her going to sleep, having a nap, smoking a cigarette, taking a bath, and then going to sleep, where the rest of the album really takes place from there. So the next track, Mumble Rap, which is pretty funny because Lupe, being so intelligent and complex, he definitely disses upon mumble rap. But so the theme here is Amy meets this old master or this old sensei in the woods, and he grabs her and basically imbues her with the power to be an expert lyricist, probably the Lupe of her time. And she goes on to have these thoughts and comprehend what's really happened to her. And in the second and third verses, it talks about every word that comes out of her mouth is in rhyme. And she starts to gain these advantages and starts to have these thoughts about, well, what if I use these new skills to become a rapper and go out into the battle scene and rise in prominence in New York. It does end with those really annoying iPhone alarms, which I know has thrown a lot of people off, but in the concept of the album, I think it works really well because Samurai ends with her going to sleep. Then this song ends with an alarm clock, meaning she's woken up. And that moves us swiftly into Cake. And Cake's beat is very spiraling. It's kind of like a kaleidoscope for the ears. And it's basically a victory lap. It's talking about, I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. And it is Lupe at his ultimate best. He's talking about even computers will malfunction trying to comprehend what he is saying. And then the gist of the story, it is basically Amy, or the main character, winning their first battle rap and talking about how it feels and the success and the happiness that they're finding. Then we go into Palaces, which is one of my favorite tracks, and I love the changing of the lyrics on each of the choruses. In the first verse, it's "Bless my palace of sand," and in the second verse, it's "Bless my palace of cards," and in the third verse, it's "Bless my palace of bones," and just talking about the fragility of life. To me, this song represents Amy going into the studio to kind of lay down the tracks for their debut album. All the concerns that come along with that. So if fans are going to connect with it, if the beats are going to be on point. I love the soundscape here. It's very spacey with like a 3-note piano that plays continuously. I think it hits every 4th bar or so. Number 1, Headband. This is definitely my favorite track on the album. So number 1 track. This is super jazzy, and it's fun because Lupe is actually sounding out what the trumpets and the different musical instruments are going to sound like on the chorus, which comes back into play. The drums definitely drive most of this song. The soundtrack, the jazzy soundtrack, is in the background, but the driving beat pattern will really get you going and moving. Great song. I absolutely love this song. Lupe is going in on this. He is definitely not dumbing it down. Once again, like I said at the top. Then we have Bigfoot, which this beat kind of reminds me of Autobahn Ballroom from Food and Liquor 2. I like the concept behind this song. It's kind of playing on the fears that musicians have for what if the crowd doesn't show up? What if they're not feeling my lyrics? And all those like introspective fears that an artist has. So in continuing the story along, this is maybe Amy's performing the music for the first time and the audience isn't really connecting with it. And just all about the themes of creation, and where things start and where the concepts and the initial creation of things occur, and getting past those initial fears and just putting it out there, putting your art out there and performing to the best of your abilities. Outside, this one is still pretty ambiguous to me. I know for certain that it's about telling a person to wait outside while they're having a conversation. This one is going to take a while to peel back all the layers here. I really do like the beat though. It's very subdued, and the piano, it kind of drives this one forward. And then we have Till Eternity. So this one makes me think, what if Amy didn't pass away? Because one of the first bars is live in the flesh, beehive survived the wreck. So she was known to have that very 50s style beehive. It's an interesting thing to think about, because what if she was around? What if she didn't OD tragically and she was able to pursue this different career path and become somewhat of a hip hop musician? So the concept is very, very cool to think about there. The album as a whole is very composed and really makes you think about the different concepts of going off into different career space, the different trajectories that one might take, the fears and apprehension that comes along with it, but taking your God-given talents and putting it out there for the world to see and respect and come to their own conclusions about what they think of what they see and hear. So overall, I would give this album easy 9 out of 10. It wouldn't quite surpass Drill Music because that's still, I think, the beat selection there, while the lyrics might not be so heavy and the concept isn't so comprehensive. I love Drill Music. I can't get past it. Miss Mural is fantastic. But Samurai, highly recommend. So let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends, and you'll get those alerts for the next time TyTunes drops. And I'll see you on the next one. And here's to another 100 TyTunes videos. I'll talk to you later.